Good morning, Parkview, and thanks for tuning into our show. I'm Cassidy Smith.
And I'm Sydney Clayton. This episode, we took a look at the various aspects of Parkview and took a look into our community.
VikeVision starts now.
In the heart of the Ozark Mountains, Cassidy Smith and Brianna Gunther found a little gym with a big purpose.
In the hearts of many teens, there is a will to help. Riley Snyder took this to action with a nonprofit called Generation Next.
Generation Next has a school that provides free education for kids in Kenya. There's no public schooling system there, so a lot of kids don't get to go to school because they can't afford to. And so that's kind of our main purpose, but we also provide hygiene items for young girls.
Snyder, who is now 21, began the organization at the young age of 13. Her father, Luke Banks, recalls how it all began.
When my daughter Riley was 13, my brother was doing a medical mission in Africa, and she kept asking if it would be possible to go visit them. So we went, and she, of course, then found her calling and came back, and we've been doing stuff in Africa ever since.
Riley needed a way to fund Generation Next. Luckily, she found that in her thrift store, Riley's Treasures.
Since we were such a small organization, and so we were trying to think of a way to have a really steady income for our nonprofit. And so it actually used to be the Boys and Girls Thrift Store here in Branson, and they were just done doing thrift store, and so they just kind of let us do a turnkey, and we started taking it over from there. That was about 4 years ago.
There's no doubt that Riley has impacted many children's lives and continues to do so.
And a lot of kids in Kenya, like I said, don't get to go to school because they can't afford it, and a lot of times if you're not going to school, you're having to haul water every day, or you're having to sell fruits and vegetables, or maybe take care of your younger siblings while your parents are at work. And so just being able to provide a free education for kids that deserve it. Every kid deserves to be in school.
Snyder hopes that everyone can find their own way in giving back.
It doesn't matter how old you are, that you can make a difference at any age. You can be 13, or you can even be 50 before you start making a difference, as long as you have the heart and the passion for it, that you can start anytime and help others.
Riley has spread her message and reached people all over the world with the book she wrote called Riley Unlikely.
And I started writing a book, and that just came out last year. It's been translated into German, and so I've had a lot of people from Europe who have contacted me about our organization, and the book has just allowed me to connect with so many different people around the globe.
If you would like to know how you can help or learn more, please visit generationnextcares.org. With VikeVision, I'm Brianna Gunther.
Parkview is full of dedicated teachers, but science teacher David Miller has been here longer than any of his colleagues. Ashlyn Mooney and Renee Sanchez took a look inside of his classroom.
David Miller, who has taught at Parkview for over 2 decades, shares his love for the school.
I started in the year 1994-95, so that makes this was my 23rd year. I feel like I love the diversity here the most.
Mr. Miller has his own unique way of teaching and connecting with his students.
I think I've got an easy-going personality, and the kids relate to me a little bit better. I think the condition of my room is both beautiful and messy at the same time all the time. We've got all the plants and animals in there, and I think the kids appreciate a laid-back atmosphere.
It's really laid back, like stress-free.
Parkview student Nicholas Lozano has many great things to say about Mr. Miller.
I would say Mr. Miller is a phenomenal teacher. He just runs his class phenomenally, and teaches phenomenally.
And a little advice from the man himself.
Take advantage of everything you can take advantage of. You need diversity in your background because you don't know for sure what you want to do when you get older, but the more things you eliminate from your possibilities, the less options you have once you're out of school.
Keep being phenomenal, Mr. Miller.
Parkview is thankful for having this phenomenal teacher influencing and guiding the students to success.
boys basketball team has had a strong start to their season. Sydney Clayton and Josh McCann have more on some of the players' goals for this year.
This year's boys basketball team is expected to do great things. The players have set high goals for not only the season, but also for themselves.
We can go undefeated, We might lose one game, but we can win it.
Sophomore Dante Taylor has his sights set on one goal.
To win state and get that state ring, boy.
Junior Tyem Freeman is looking forward to doing one thing with his team.
Winning. Just winning. That's all it.
The junior also has his own personal goal for the season.
That 1,000-point club, I'm reaching for that.
While Freeman and Taylor have very similar goals, junior Latrey Morrison is excited about a different aspect of the game.
Forward to spend time with my teammates, hopefully get a couple victories in, and also the tournaments and stuff. I think that'd be pretty fun.
While everyone has different goals, they can all agree on one way to achieve all of them.
Good team chemistry. If we all play together, we'll all win together.
The basketball season is already underway. Make sure to go out and support your boys. With VikeVision, this is Sydney Clayton and Josh McCann.
3, 1, 2, 3,
The halls are full of musically talented students, some of which put their music out for people to see. Jimmy Byers and Elvis Fritz have more on a local music production studio and what it has to offer.
Backbeat Productions is Springfield's newest home studio music school, among many other ideas, offering things such as lessons on singing, instruments, music producing, even film and graphic design, while also being a recording studio. Everything they have to offer will soon be known by all of Springfield.
I think ultimately our long-term goals have got to do with just sort of, the impact that we have on our students and or our clients. Giving lessons is great, teaching, songwriting, all those kinds of things are fun. When you get to a place where something that may have happened here when someone was a kid is something that they actually still remember and use and think about as an adult. We even have quotes kind of hanging in our studio right now that are all from people that were in our lives personally.
Music for us has helped us express ourselves as human beings, so why not use music as a way to help others discover who they are as a person. I was once told by a parent, I know that you talk a lot during your lessons, and I actually apologized to this parent. It just seems like she needs it. And he, as the father of this young girl, said, no, I'm thankful that she's talking to someone. I think that the atmosphere here at Backbeat is a lot different and more realistic, I would say. We have a performance area, we have live instruments, we have all kinds of lighting, we have a little tiny stage going on. So I think that's what I like about Backbeat versus, if you will, other teaching facilities here in town or even elsewhere.
The students already attending Backbeat have had a very positive response so far and encourage more young people to take lessons there.
It's more intimate here than other places. It's just, more personal. I've been taking lessons here with Tara for 3 or 4 years now, and it's definitely been a great decision that I've made. It's been fantastic, and it's definitely helped me grow in my musical ability and, like the genres that I like. I've just kind of expanded my horizons here.
It lets you be who you want to be. They focus a lot on creativity as an artist, instead of trying to get all their students to sound the exact same way. Like, I always pick all of my songs and the way I want to do them. And coming here feels very safe, I guess, because everything is very quiet, and I know that if I mess something up really, really badly, it's not going to matter.
So anyone who wants to help express themselves in a variety of artistic ways with no judgment and still have fun, Backbeat Productions is just for you.
Tradition has always been important here at Parkview. This year, some students are starting new ones. Ashlyn Farmer and Michael Porterfield have more on how Maya Alberhaski has given female students a chance to try something new.
The girls' flag football game was a big success with a nice turnout.
Powderpuff is the girl version of football, so you have girls play football, and usually you have boys play, do the cheerleading part, but we had them be the coaches and the refs.
There were two teams, the upperclassmen and the lowerclassmen. The upperclassmen called themselves Gucci Gang, while the lowerclassmen called themselves Monster Mints.
And so we had two teams, and it was the upperclassmen versus the lowerclassmen, and the upperclassmen won.
It was a hard-fought game, and even though Gucci Gang came out on top, everyone left happy.
My favorite part was just all the girls having like a bunch of fun, like laughing together.
My favorite part about the game would have to be arguing with the refs and still not getting a flag thrown on me.
As well as having fun, Powderpuff was also about raising money.
The proceeds for Powderpuff are going to prom, is what I've been told.
If you missed this year's Powderpuff game, you can still come out next year and get involved.
Don't be afraid to come out, play. Heck, just come out and watch if you want. Help the school out.
Powderpuff was a lot of fun, and we hope to see it again next year. From VikeVision, I'm Ashlyn Farmer. High school can be a scary place, especially for an incoming freshman or if you're new to the school. Luckily, Miss Kelly found a solution to bring students and staff together with MVP.
MVP stands for Mentoring Vikings to Potential, and it's a new mentoring program that we're launching at Parkview this year. So it pairs a senior and freshman with a teacher mentor, and they meet up throughout the year, and it gives the teacher and students an opportunity to create a new relationship that they might not already have.
Along with building relationships between students and faculty, MVP hopes to make Parkview feel like a safer and more positive environment for everyone.
Hopefully it'll give teachers and students someone else that they'll know in the hallway so they can see a friendly face and feel a little bit more connected at Parkview, make it feel a little bit more like home.
Administrators anticipate that the program will encourage success among students, not only in the classroom, but outside of school too.
I think the MVP program has a good chance to be successful as long as those students that are involved in it will put forth their best effort and be open to having some help here at school to make them more successful.
Connect and make it feel a little bit more like a home community for both teachers and students.
Students that fall under certain criteria will be selected as the first members of MVP.
So the students, the freshmen and seniors were selected by me, Miss Welsh, some of the leadership teachers, kind of in a lot of different ways.
Even if you weren't chosen, don't be afraid to reach out to someone new and make a new friend. From VikeVision, I'm Ashlyn Farber.
Springfield is full of interesting places to go. Ashlyn Mooney and Renee Sanchez explored one of these places.
The Springfield Art Museum is a great place to discover local artists, take classes, read, or just enjoy the scenery.
It's been a while since I've been at the art museum, and it kind of brings about quite a few feelings and emotions, and you get to see things that you don't ever see again.
Many people with a variety of backgrounds visit the museum in their spare time.
Visiting from Alaska, I went to MSU years ago. Visit the museum on a Sunday afternoon before it closes. I heard there was a good exhibit here.
I'm a professor at Drury University. I teach the history of art and architecture, and I run the study abroad and international programs at Drury.
Art is a great way to learn about different cultures and local artists.
The Art Museum is a great place to discover different ways of seeing the world through artists' eyes, and it's a great place that we can find community within Springfield, both among artists and the general population.
This local museum is a free, enjoyable way to spend any Tuesday through Saturday 10 to 6 and Sunday 1 to 5. Everyone is welcome. Come take a look.
Thanks for watching this month's show.
Make sure to follow us on social media at VikeVision.
Make sure to catch the next episode before winter break. From all of us here at VikeVision,
have a great December.